ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीम् उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिरभक्ति नैष्टकी। रंद्राज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। So today we are going to learn something from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, third canto, 24th chapter, titled as Renunciation of Kardama Muni. Kardama Muni is taking sannyas, and before taking sannyas, renunciation, which is detachment from the material activities or materialistic life, Kardama Muni meets his son Kapila Dev, and the conversation between Kapila Dev and Kardama Muni is mentioned here in this chapter, where Kapila Dev assures Kardama Muni that after departure of Kardama Muni to forest in the exile as a sannyasi, Kapila Dev will look after his mother Devahuti and also will guide her on a path of devotional service, Sankhya Yoga. So hearing this, Kardama Muni was very satisfied, and he circumambulated Kapila Dev, and with the pacified mind he left for the forest. And in the forest, Kardama Muni took vow. And what was the vow? Vow of keeping silence, Mauna Vrata. Vratam sa astito maunam atmaka sharano muni. So he completely surrendered to Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. He did not talk unnecessarily. He just talked only about Krishna consciousness. And Niha Sango Vyacharat Kshonim Agner Anikshe Aniketana. And then he traveled all over the world for preaching, for spreading of Krishna consciousness. And he did not have any house, or it's called Aniketanaha, without any proper shelter. And he did not use fire for cooking or for any other ritualistic ceremony. And he was completely dedicated for service of Lord Shri Krishna. Further, the renounced life of Kardama Muni is described in this 43rd shloka of 24th chapter. So here in the shloka, it is mentioned, Mano Brahmani Yunjanno Yatatat Sadasatah Param Gunavabhashe Viguna Ekabhaktya Anubhavite. So Kardama Muni fixed his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is mentioned here as Parabrahman. Now this Parabrahman is beyond the cause and effect, who manifests the three modes of material nature, Sattva Guna, Rajaguna and Tamaguna. And this Parabrahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is beyond the three modes of nature. And this Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is perceived only through devotional service, by no other means. Only devotional service, only you can understand Krishna. It's not possible to understand him by any other means. So Kardama Muni started his bhakti process by which we can understand Krishna. So here it is mentioned in the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Whenever there is bhakti, there must be three things present: the devotee, the devotion, and the Lord. Without these three, bhakta, bhakti, and bhagwan, there is no meaning of word bhakti. So here, Srila Prabhupada ji is explaining that when Kardama Muni fixed his mind on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Parabrahma, who is beyond the cause and effect, and he is beyond the three modes of material nature. And while doing this bhakti, bhakti can be perceived if there is a relationship between a bhakta, Bhagwan, and how is that relationship established? Through the process which is called as seva, devotional service. So a devotee does service to Krishna, which is called bhakti, and then the relationship with the Lord is established. So the Lord is realized through bhakti process. But then all the three components are required, which is Bhagwan, Bhakta, and the process bhakti. So which means that Lord is a person. Lord is not an imperson. He is a person. So here Srila Prabhupada is explaining, this indicates that Kardama Muni fixed his mind on the personal feature of the Lord. Kardama Muni did not fix his mind on the impersonal feature of the Lord. Because when you say service, seva, then seva is only done to a person, not an imperson. Srila Prabhupada says that the devotional service, bhakti, cannot be executed unless one has realization of the personal feature of the Supreme Absolute Truth. Gunavabhase. Krishna is beyond the three modes of material nature, but it is due to him that the three modes of material nature are manifested. In other words, although the material energy is an emanation from the Supreme Lord is not affected by this material energy. So here, Srila Prabhupada ji is explaining further that Supreme Lord is a person, Krishna is a person, the Bhagwan is a person. And devotional service, it requires the manifestation of the personal feature. Now this person, Krishna, is different than the ordinary person like you and me. We are bound by the three laws of material nature, sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna, three modes of material nature. But Krishna is beyond these three modes of material nature. Krishna is free from the three modes of material nature. And these three modes are coming from Krishna. So we all are bound by sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna. Sattva-guna is mode of goodness, Rajoguna is mode of passion, and Tamoguna is mode of ignorance. However, as soon as we do devotional service, then we transcend these three modes of material nature. So that is why this bhakti process is very important. And Srila Prabhupada is explaining here that although these three modes are coming from Krishna, Krishna is not bound by three modes of nature. He is the supreme living entity and is never affected by Maya. But we are subordinate, minute living entities, prone to be affected by the limitations of Maya. If one is in constant contact with the Supreme Lord by devotional service, if one does devotional service and one is in constant contact with him, then Krishna can help him to overcome the three modes of material nature. So if we really want to be free from the three modes of material nature, what we have to do? We have to do constant bhakti process. Only devotional service can liberate us from the three modes of nature. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that constant contact with the Lord liberates the devotee from the Maya. And the devotees achieve a state of transcendence which is similar to Lord. And hence, devotional service is very important. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Daivi Esha Gunmayi Mama Maya Durataya Mama Evaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. So if one is constantly engaged in devotional service, then Krishna can help us to overcome. A person in Krishna, engaged in Krishna consciousness, at once gets liberated from the influence of Sattva Guna, Rajaguna and Tamoguna. In other words, once the conditioned soul engages himself in devotional service, he becomes also liberated, just like the Lord. So here we can see that Kardama Muni fixed his mind upon Supreme Personality of Godhead, and as soon as he fixed his mind, he got free from three modes of material nature. And hence, constant chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is very important. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. As long as we keep on chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we will be free from the three modes of material nature. Otherwise, we'll be bound with them. So with that, we'll pause here. We'll continue study of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam tomorrow. Vrindraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande.